Cover Crypto, the most exciting crypto show in all of the internet, folks. We got major news for AI coin holders, Bitcoin holders, everybody in the crypto space, because your altcoin might be pumping as we speak. We're going to go over the next AI coins that are going to pump off the back of the Trump major AI announcement of a $500 billion investment in this sector. What coins are going to pop? What coins are not? We're going to cover all of that. And we got a very special guest back with us today, Josh. Josh, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic, man. Took 1 weekend off, as you guys know. Got to attend my friend's memorial service. It was beautiful. It was good seeing the family and everything. But, I mean, in honors of everything that happened over the weekend, I guess Donald Trump decided to launch two meme coins and change the entire shift of the entire crypto market. So
you were gone. Where were you? It's almost like Michael Jackson's death. Where were you when you learned that there was a Trump meme coin?
Was actually... Dude, in a sad state, looking at my phone because it was blowing up, and my community was like, "Josh, like, do I buy this Trump coin? Do I buy this Trump coin?" You said a
sad state because you're in California.
Dude,
and they have the wildfires.
In mid-memorial service, and I got like 4 phone calls, and I'm like, "Okay, what happened?" So I open it up. They're like, "Josh, Trump launched a meme coin."
So you're carrying the coffin, and you're looking at your phone,
yeah.
and you're like, "Hold on, I'm trying to confirm."
It's the full meme, and then I look at it, and I say, "Don't touch that. It's a scam." And then I get back and we get done with it, and I'm like, "Holy smokes!" And like, he actually launched an official Trump meme coin.
Now, can I have some gallows humor? I don't want to be insensitive.
No, yeah, of course.
All right, so you whispered it to your friend. He stood up out of the coffin. He popped up.
Yeah,
that's how insane it was.
Yeah, the rug got pulled underneath him, unfortunately. So, yeah, no, but for the Trump
coins,
that
was too far. I already felt bad saying that.
The Trump coin is good. Melania is good. But yeah, just crazy to see the United States president launch a meme coin of $15 billion.
Insane. All right, let's look at some of the crypto prices because, like we said, there's some AI major news. Also, major news with free Ross. Everybody, Ross is free. That was a Ross Geller move. But you know what, Ross Ulbricht, creator of Silk Road Marketplace or co-founder, depending on what story you listen to, he is free. Donald Trump has pardoned him. We're going to cover that as well. But first, let's look at the market because things are going a little crazy if you're in the AI coin sector here. Bitcoin, relatively flat, and so is ETH. You know, they've only moved about 0.5% in each direction. But Solana starting to recover from the dip, getting a little closer to its all-time high, which was like 2 days ago, $290+. We see a nice little Tron pump right here. Let's go ahead and start looking at some AI coins. I was seeing if Render... how far down do we have to go to see Render? Render at 46 is up 5%. So we're seeing a little bit there. I'm going to go ahead and front run tonight's video. I talk about Render and I talk about 5 Solana altcoins I am bullish on. We have recorded it. It is being edited as we speak. We're going to put it out in a few hours. Render price might have some fluctuations from the video. So let me just give you a warning, but you got to see the other 4 tokens, folks. So if you like Solana, make sure you're paying attention to that video.
Well, and real quick, we've got somebody here asking what are the AI plays for 10 to 20x. Please stay tuned. We're going to cover that a little bit later into the show. Let's get through the headlines here, and then we're going to talk about our favorite AI project.
Favorite AI projects. I can't wait to share it with you, folks. But if you look at the top gainers, it is AI. AI across the board. We see Virtual's protocol up 20%, as well as WorldCoin. Sam Altman's coin is pumping majorly. Sam Altman has a role in this new $500 billion investment. We're going to give you the details shortly. Radium and Fartcoin, helping with the Solana pump here. They have nice little gains. Quant, Mantle, Pudgy Penguins, and then we see more AI plays. Now, Josh, if I were to ask you to put your money into one AI coin, what coin do you choose and why?
Ooh, that's a tough one right now, especially with all the AI agents ripping.
Chat, let us know. What is your one AI coin that you would put funds into?
I never choose one, but if I had to choose one, it would be the one closest to the largest $3 trillion company on the planet, NVIDIA, which would be Render. Render.
Okay. Yeah. Would you say WorldCoin is technically closer? Because Sam Altman founded that and stole
as well,
OpenAI.
But just like the tokenomics on it, it's incredibly inflationary. But at the same time, I didn't like the whole orb concept about everything up front. So WorldCoin's going to do well. They're launching their layer 2. They're going to have, they're going to do successful. But again, Render is just that easy winner. I'd say Tao's up there as well. If you guys have BitTensor, that's another great project. Near Protocol's another one. It's hard to choose just one because in the AI field too as well, you don't necessarily know which one's going to be the winner. I mean, look at Virtual. Virtual came out of the left field. AI agents absolutely exploded. You have Pinlink out there with fractionalized AI marketplaces now. There's like 10 different subcategories of AI. So it's really up to the user.
I've got some deep picks. I mean, I see a lot of people in the chat here. We've got Tao,
A lot of render.
a lot of
near.
render. Steve-O with AI16Z, which that's another one I like. But one of my favorite ones is Anon, is the ticker, but it's Hey Anon is the project. Yeah. It's part of that DeFi AI, which AI agents blew up. Now we're really seeing DeFi AI growing. This, I would say, what's the other one? Is it Kato, or there's another one that's another AI agent? Oh, Griffin AI. I think that's
Griffin.
right.
Yeah. Sam Laserface with a comment here. Sam put a hit out on that kid. That's why I won't short WorldCoin anymore. I only long it. I heard, there's some in the blockchain. They might come find me. Might have some silent helicopters in my backyard.
I just don't trust Sam Altman, dude. Like, he needs to stop. He needs to stop talking like he's sneaking.
Well, it was the fact that he pretended to be altruistic, then he's driving around in $1 million supercar that kind of lost it for me. I am also, if you want to talk about a small one, I see some people mentioning Pippin. I think that price has doubled just today if you got in on that one there. Let's look at the losers, because I see some coins that are on sale. Jupiter is down 4.7%, now actually flat for the week, which is pretty remarkable given that it is now down below the pre-Donald Trump token launch on Solana. Caspa's down. Dogecoin is down as well. Some of it probably from Vivek Ramaswamy stepping down. Some of it maybe from the plain website.
Yeah.
Also, Doge being sued. Multiple agencies are trying to sue Doge as we speak.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting 3 months of seeing which lawsuits come out. So, Trump's going to sign all these executive orders. They're going to make all these decisions on these markets, but there's going to be a lot of lawsuits kind of flying around over the next couple of months. But it goes to show Bitcoin, this is Bitcoin's cycle by far, because altcoins, I mean, type 1 in chat, I get to say that. I know DZ misses when I do that. Type 1 in chat if you guys hold majority altcoins. You guys are waiting for that alt season to take place. And it can't break out. We keep getting these subcategory, niche market moves, whether it's an AI agents or it's an AI as itself, or Fartcoin, right? Fartcoin was leading the market for a minute. We're still waiting for that, floodgate to open back up and start pushing into these other altcoins. And I do expect that to happen. I think that's going to happen with digital assets being added to bank balance sheets. I think you're going to quickly see it evolve from just Bitcoin to Ethereum to, some of these top players. I wouldn't be surprised if the Trump ETF got passed. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah. There's rumors. There's indications it could be even beating, some of these other Solana and XRP. We're going to talk about that a little later. We do got a $2 super chat from Mike. Josh did a video on pin link. How do we get that? I know Alex Becker was pretty bullish on this one. Let me teach you guys how to fish. I love teaching people how to fish. Go to the coin on CoinGecko. You can also do the same on CoinMarketCap. And you can click the button that says Markets. It will take you to the bottom of the page, and then you'll see all the places you could buy it. If I were to buy it, I don't have a Mexi, Bing, or Gate account. I would just go on Uniswap. So that should help you folks out there. Let's look at the other biggest losers real quick. I think there's a couple that were down pretty bad here.
Well, Jupiter, I heard, is crashing. They did their airdrop, right? Massive airdrop.
Yeah,
today.
so there's actually, I referenced the airdrop in the video. In the video, I basically say, hey, look, this airdrop's probably going to be a few hours before this video is going live because of the UTC timeline. I wasn't exactly sure when, but there's going to be a dump and there's going to be opportunity. I am pretty bullish on Jupiter after the dip here.
Yep.
Now, there's going to be whales that might not claim for, a couple more hours. There could still be a lot of selling pressure. I think I qualified for 50 tokens. It's going to be $40. I'll probably just hodl that.
I was saying, what do you have to do to qualify? Swap on Jupiter? Or did you
it is jupuary.jup.ag. Do not try to spell what I said. Do not Google. Make sure you go to their official sites there, their official X account, and then that should take you there to it. But it's jupuary.jup.ag if you want to find that airdrop that you might have qualified for. Litecoin down, HBAR down, ICP down, Bonk down. But let's talk about Ross for a second here. Ross later became my favorite character on Friends, but Ross Ulbricht was freed, and here's the first image of Ross Ulbricht leaving prison as a free man. He has his little plant, rocking the sweatpants. I'm digging it here. Here is Donald Trump's statement. I think you can see it. I just called the mother of Ross to let her know that in honor of her and the libertarian movement, which supported me, it was my pleasure to have signed a full pardon for her son. The scum that worked to convict him were some of the same lunatics who were involved in the modern-day weaponization of government against me. He was given 2 life sentences plus 40 years. Ridiculous. Folks, let's call this what it is. It was torture. There was insane drug dealers that were only given 2 years, 6 years. People selling heroin and meth, only given 5 years. The guy who just made the website or co-founded the website, given double life sentence.
This was the equivalent of the UK arresting people and putting them in jail for 7 years for causing anxiety on a Facebook post and then letting out child murders.
I mean, obviously, there's a lot of legal things that were broken with the way he was convicted and arrested and all that kind of stuff too. But it's amazing to see. I mean, Bitcoin, to me, this is just a good reminder that Bitcoin is freedom. It's great to see we're moving back towards freedom here in the United States. It almost made me tear up thinking about how hard his mom has worked. If any of you have been to a crypto conference over the years, there's a pretty good chance you've crossed paths with Lynn Ulbricht. She's been the very first. I met her and had a great conversation with her with the very first conference I ever went to. She was kind of informing me about it. I was less informed on the Ross Ulbricht story at the time, signed the petition for his release, but she's been out there advocating for his release for over a decade, and it's pretty incredible to see that he actually made the phone call too. I think David Bailey mentioned Trump is going, not only is he delivering, he's going above and beyond. He didn't have to do the full presidential pardon. He could have just commuted the sentence, but he did do the full presidential pardon, and he took the time to call his mom. I just think that was a really class act. I think it bodes really well for what we're going to see for all the crypto. I think he's going to deliver. I think he's going to over deliver on all the promises he made to our industry. And no, again, I've been saying it for a year. You're not bullish enough. You're not bullish enough. Even me being super bullish, I don't think I'm bullish enough. I think we're going way higher.
Yeah, I don't think this should slap some perspective on the industry, because I saw so many people, so many crypto creators saying like Trump failed us. It's been day one. He didn't talk about us. Peter Schiff going like, oh, he didn't talk about gold in his speech, and just being weird in the first 24 hours after he signed so many executive orders. And I had the opportunity to have brunch with her at the Vivek Ramaswamy and Cynthia Lummis and Senator Blackburn summit, or a breakfast they had in Bitcoin Nashville.
You just name drop somebody?
It was cool because after she was talking to them, Cynthia Lummis, Senator Blackburn, like they were all promising her that this was going to happen. So what that just tells me is that happened, 6 months ago, way before we knew the outcome of this election, and they held up to everything that they promised. And so, for everybody that was out there yesterday, like freaking out that none of these things were getting done, one, it takes time, but two, it was like within 24-hour time period that this started getting executed on. And so, I expect this to be, I'm not going to say a super cycle yet, because I do believe that, you're going to have a lot of volatility as we transition to this tokenized market. But people that are somehow, I don't know how people are bearish on Bitcoin right now. Like so many people on the day of the inauguration, the top, we're going to go back to zero. This is over. Sell everything you have, easy. And it's like, guys, we're just now opening up these markets to Bitcoin. And now there's even like Bitcoin yield bearing assets. Justin Sun's coming into the United States. Billions of dollars, if not trillions of dollars, is going to come into these sectors over the next 2 years. So going to be a wild ride.
Yeah, going to be a wild ride for sure. Still a wild ride for Ross Ulbricht. A lot of people have pointed out we haven't seen anything on his official account just yet, but I am pretty sure, everything is verified here. There's some bad news when it comes to the Ross story here. Here is the dark turn. Heartbreaking, folks. This is bad. Trump condemns man to 20 years of libertarian podcast appearances.
100%.
So he's going to be stuck doing Dave Smith.
He's going on Joe Rogan for sure.
I
cannot wait for that.
I saw that tweet, and somebody said, I can't wait for the inevitable Ross Ulbricht, Joe Rogan episode. And that will be an epic
100%, 100%. A couple just details. Remember, we went over this Monday. I was trying to educate you, the little backstory here. Just want to read a couple sentences. So he did follow through on his promise to pardon him. He was the founder of Silk Road, in prison for over a decade. He's been in prison for 12 years, in fact. And if we scroll down here, it was one of Trump's many promises, with him pledging to pardon Silk Road founder on day one if he was elected there. And there he is doing his best Edward Cullen impression.
So that deserves W's in the chat. Everybody should be excited.
Yeah.
Like every single promise that everybody told you was never going to happen is happening. Everything leading up to the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve. So if you don't think the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve is going to get done, or you're going to have some initial remarks to it in the first 3 months of this administration, you are crazy. And that is, the promises are happening.
Yeah.
This is the crypto cycle.
This is it. I mean, Laserface just said, he said this cycle and next cycle are going to be known in history's eyes as the super cycles. And I agree. Like this, I really think this is going to be the mega cycle. And I mean, we've seen it before. We're seeing big money getting into crypto like we've never seen before. This is not a retail. This is not Wall Street bets and people at home, rolling their 401ks in. This is the wealth of the world moving into crypto.
Yeah, wealth of the world, but not everybody agrees. We do have someone in here, I think Tyler. Bitcoin still has room left, but guys, most altcoins are done, is what he is saying here. Well, let me show you this. This is Bitcoin dominance. This is how you can measure the strength of altcoins here. Altcoins typically gain ground against Bitcoin January of a post-halving year, which is where we're at right here. Let's look at the 2 previous January post-halving years. Well, that's this moment right here. Bitcoin dominance fell off a cliff. Your altcoin started pumping. We got one more January post-halving year, January 2017. It took a month or two, but then Bitcoin dominance fell off a cliff. And then this is where we're at right now. This is technically a bearish pattern, typically breaks to the downside. You could bet against altcoins, but that's not what I'm going to do right now. And speaking of bets, how about a big bet on USDC on the strength of the market here? TJ, I wanted to pull this up for you. It was even higher than we were expecting. So I'm going to go to 7-day, and I'm going to hit the market cap. TJ, what does this tell us when we hit market cap on a stablecoin?
How much is growing, basically.
How much is growing or shrinking, aka the fluctuation of supply. And in the past 7 days, look at that market cap of Circle. Look at that. I didn't realize, because remember we were talking about $1 billion, 48.1 technically, all the way to above 51. So it was actually 2 billion in USDC has been minted in the past 36 hours or so. So keep an eye out on that. Now, it really isn't fair to do that without looking at Tether. I haven't checked this. This could be bearish. Buckle up, folks. Also bullish.
Yeah.
Also bullish.
No, I
Yeah.
mean that I've been seeing them minting new coins almost every day. So yeah, new supply coming into the market, basically new pumps. Alt season, if whoever said alt season's over, I think they haven't been here very long. It's literally just starting.
Yeah. And they need their Trump portfolio because guys, you're going to see US crypto-based companies reduce taxes. Whether their capital gains are wiped out completely, there's going to be massive investments and incentivization to be in the US market. So
Mike Anthony with checking in again. When do you think Chainlink will soar?
In a few days, about tree 50, so 3.5 days. No one knows for sure when Chainlink's going to soar. I do think AI. So Trump meme coin took all the oxygen out of the room. Today, AI coins taking all the oxygen out of the room. Chainlink is going to have its time. Do not worry. I'm not bearish on Chainlink. I'm still holding my Chainlink strong. Still think it's going to go to, roughly $100 to $200. I know it's a wide range, but that's my range there.
It's interesting that Sam Altman and OpenAI are going to be leading that. I wonder what Elon Musk had to say about that. Obviously, he's in Trump's ear every single day. That's interesting.
I think there are bigger players than even Elon when it comes to this Stargate announcement, which takes us to this article right here. Trump announces $500 billion AI infrastructure venture, Stargate. Now, this has nothing to do with James Spader and Kurt Russell. Get that out of your head, okay, everybody? There's nothing to do with Stargate or the TV show that TJ was talking about.
Stargate SG-1. OG. I used to watch that all the time.
Nothing to do with SG-1, okay? The Stargate project, though, is going to be led by OpenAI, SoftBank, and Oracle, while Microsoft and NVIDIA will be key initial technology partners. This project is expected to create over 100,000 American jobs. SoftBank CEO, which is a Japanese investment bank, Masayoshi Son, explained that the $100 billion would be deployed immediately. And when large amounts of capital are deployed immediately, aka very, very quickly, kind of like post-disaster grift. It isn't spent effectively. It's more like everybody's throwing cash at everything and things pump hard. So we might see a very, very pump-friendly environment in the near term, folks. And what we want to do is to keep AI in this country, Trump said, flanked by OpenAI boss Sam Altman. Remember the guy in San Francisco? Oracle technology chief Larry Ellison. Whoa, no, wrong thing there. And then SoftBank's son right there. You can see him right there. Stargate announcement also builds on OpenAI's existing partnership with Microsoft. It's going to be using Microsoft's cloud computing services there. We're seeing tons and tons of excitement around this right now. OpenAI, they also have some more details kind of missed here. They're going to deploy the $100 billion immediately, hundreds of thousands of jobs. Equity partners here, also MGX. Keep an eye out on that one. SoftBank and OpenAI, the lead partners here. And then Sun is going to be the chairman. So that guy's going to be kind of, quarterbacking the thing here. Technology partners, not just NVIDIA and Microsoft, also a company called ARM. Is it related to Sam Arms, Josh?
No,
no,
not quite.
nothing to do with Sam Arms there. So these are going to be the tech partners there. So a couple other details. And what's this Larry Ellison? You know what? That's unrelated. Just forget you even said that. I can't even say it out loud. We'll get demonetized.
That's what I was going to say is obviously great news to hear big investments going into AI. It's great to see that crypto is a part of, that. We do need to see, I think, more decentralization when it comes to this stuff. I'm a little concerned when it comes to this dream team here, so to speak. Like you mentioned, it's very deep state buddy when it comes to a lot of this stuff. So especially when you consider the whole trajectory of OpenAI.
Wait, is Sam short?
Yeah.
I didn't know Sam was short.
Oh, yeah. He definitely gives those
Oh, my
vibes.
God. I'm more bullish now.
Yeah.
I want to be bearish on that guy, man.
No, this is concerning. Obviously, you've got Microsoft, you've got Oracle, like DZ just mentioned, a CIA started project.
No, if you're short, you got to compensate, so you're going to work harder.
Yeah. That's how I got here.
He's average American male height, y'all.
Yeah.
Wait, so Joe Rogan's the #1 podcaster because of his height.
100%.
I think if he was 6'4" and just, walked in a room and all eyes turned towards him, he wouldn't be where he is today. No.
Yeah.
Do you? No. Adversity builds character.
Yeah, interesting story.
Think about it.
Like,
I think X Factor sent him. Like,
he got to start as being a fighter too, right? Like, you got to.
Yeah, but I think what
buck
got
up
it
to
was
people.
the fact he was a really good. He was a really different UFC host. That's what really sparked about. X Factor was so good.
I would say he was a very unique.
X Factor was good.
Well, he was a very unique stand-up comedian, and so he was bringing machismo and physicality when it was a bunch of limp-wristed intellectuals at the time.
But
that
this is interesting because Napoleon Dynamite. No, not the Dynamite. Other Napoleon.
Bonaparte.
Bonaparte.
Yeah. That's where the
very
little
short.
man
I'm bald. See, that's why I work hard.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There you go. All
So
right, we're
you
getting
have
off
to-
track here. So
you can't be a-
CIA's taking over
Yeah.
AI. They're going to cure all our diseases,
Get me out of here.
and crypto will save the day. But glad we're all here.
That's why we're all here, folks. Great news. We love seeing it. Now, I have some alpha for you. You guys ready for the alpha?
Absolutely.
Alpha. I'm front running tonight's video, so watch tonight's video. You can do that by turning on notifications. If you do that, it really
fear
does help
factor
us out. If you want to hit that like button, that also really helps us out, especially as we delve into scary territories like just now. Maybe YouTube's algorithm wants to punish us for that. But look at this. Board member Eric Schmidt is chairman of the National Security Commission on Artificial Intelligence. Who is he? From Render. So AKA probably nothing. So keep an eye out on this. Keep an eye out on Render. I'm going to do more of a deep dive on Render in tonight's video, so make sure you watch that. But you can go to CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap and search AI by the sector. Go to the categories here. They have NEAR, they have ICP, but then you have the real, I would say just 100% AI plays here. Render, ASI, Fetch, BitTensor, Virtuals Protocol, AI16Z. So if you're new into crypto, you want to maybe find some things. I do have a thesis here. I think a lot of these AI coins, if they're flat or down today, that maybe is indicating that the whales are trying to get out of this token. I'm not saying, it's not going to do well this year, but it just could be a sign that the whales are trying to, maybe get their capital back. If it's pumping like a madman today, a good chance it's going to keep pumping. So maybe something to keep an eye out on. Go check out your project, see how it's doing.
And I would also say these categories can be a little wonky.
Yeah,
sometimes.
Graph isn't technically an AI project.
And I saw Swarms on there. That's great advice, by the way. Find the movers that are moving on the news. If you want to stay in the current trend. So Swarms is one we like. I already mentioned Griffin AI and if you go and you look in the AI category, Anon won't be in there for whatever. You have to go into DeFi AI to find it. So if you go into DeFi AI, that's a newer category. You're going to find newer projects. So it's just weird, kind of like they did with the USA made coins. There was, it was a very mixed list. This is not set in stone. This is just CoinGecko's or CoinMarketCap's version.
We got a super chat. Someone bullish on Cubic. They're throwing us the British pounds here. 12 of them. We zoom out completely. Gosh, so many coins are just down. Oh, wait, that's interesting. A newer coin. So many coins are just down so much from its March high when Bitcoin started pumping a little under a year ago. This coin, no exception there, but people are bullish on it. Let me just do one thing. I like to do just a quick. All right, they're paying for the yellow check mark. That means they have some sort of revenue or some sort of war chest there. Tweeted on decent engagement. I'm not going to give it a thumbs down. Can't just give it a thumbs up with more research.
And some alpha here. We'll have to do a full Render video breakdown on this because There's a couple things I want to point out. One is they announced on January 17th, Rendercon, their first ever conference. And it's notoriously known for companies of this side, when they launch their first conference, there's usually massive announcements coming out of that. And that's going to be in Hollywood on April 3rd, as long as that building doesn't burn down. But that is taking place very soon. So Render might have some bigger announcements coming on. And they, of course, with their foundation, have been behind a lot of that AI movement. If you go on their X here, there is their community, which is all things AI. So if you want to keep up with just everything happening within the AI sector, this is definitely a good place to be. You got people watching for charts, talking about obviously Render as well massively, but they're going to be sharing everything that's kind of taking place within the AI sector. So little alpha for you guys. There's a lot of sectors of the crypto industry, but if you want to find those niche projects, what's taking place with Render is they're going to be adding a lot of AI small projects to their network here. And they announced that right here. The AI revolution is happening. Render Network has one of the largest decentralized GPU networks across the globe, and they're excited to announce our AI Scouts program to onboard existing AI projects. So I'm expecting by April 3rd, massive announcements to come out of this project, and it's still one you definitely want to be watching on your radar.
All right, read a couple chats here. Blue Man, Martin Short wouldn't be funny if he was tall. Made me chuckle there. We got some OG Rogan fans. News Radio, really good show. Someone else, good. Kenny. Wait, that's where I saw Joe Rogan before. He used to make people eat bugs. You got that right. That was a good one there. It reminded me of Creed, the parking lot. That's why I remember you from. What's going to soar higher, Ando or Chainlink? I am more bullish on Ando, given some recent developments here, especially with the Trump World Liberty Fi. I am bullish on both. If I had $1,000, I'd probably go 60, 40, 50, 50.
And that's in terms of returns, right? Because
yeah.
I was like, Ando with the Chainlink market cap already, that'd be like a 16x. Not big of a market cap.
All right. Yes. A lot of news radio fans.
Which
out
I
there.
did just buy a massive bag of Ando if you guys are in the Telegram. So
I should have bought some more Ando, man. I wish I would have bought more.
I bought more at $1.37, and we have a very low leverage of 2x on it. But we are expecting some breakouts here towards the Ando Summit next month. So,
guys, what do you think about 32 million in Trump coin that was not purchased being sold off minutes after launch? Well, they should have waited hours after launch, so big L on their part.
Sounds like a meme coin.
Yeah, thoughts on artificial liquid intelligence? No thoughts. There's so many AI plays, especially when you start going, into the deeper cuts there.
I've heard of it. I'll say that.
Yeah, I've heard of it as well, because I remember someone asked about it, and I made a joke about liquid television back in the day. So, the Trump coin, let's talk about Trump. Well, everybody, we have David Bailey. Now, David Bailey was the OG Bitcoiner guy. He's the CEO of Bitcoin Magazine. This guy throws on the Bitcoin conference. He is there with Trump. He's one of the major donors to Trump. People are asking him, hey, David, you got the inside track. What the heck is going on with no crypto executive order? Well, here's what he had to say. Tonight is all about Ross, but I'll share this since I'm getting tons of questions. I'm still expecting dedicated Bitcoin plus crypto executive orders in coming days. I don't know what they say or exactly when they drop. I also fully expect the president to deliver on the Bitcoin reserves in his first 100 days. So David Bailey, still bullish on Donald Trump, still think this is going to happen. Donald Trump was actually asked about his Trump coin. Okay. We have the exact log of the Q&A here. Trump, I don't know much about it other than I launched it. I heard it was very successful. I haven't checked it. Where is it today? Reporter, you made a lot of money, sir. How much? Several $1 billion, it seems like, in the last several days. Here's Trump's response. Several billion, that's peanuts for these guys. I don't know. Seems bullish to me. Seems bullish to me, too.
Super bullish.
Super bullish.
All right, real quick, though. I'm getting frustrated. This guy's like, literally 0 AI coins have surged. It's like, no,
let's go back.
AI16Z, AIXBT, Anon, like I just mentioned, like we just covered a bunch that have surged. You just obviously aren't looking at them.
Just hit 24 hours. WorldCoin, it's not that hard to use CoinGecko. Virtual's Protocol, literally the top 2 trending projects that are up 24% today.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. Go to the next page. Go to the next page on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko.
It's okay, TJ. That's just somebody in the chat that is an emotional wreck when it comes to trading and has lost all his money by selling the bottom and buying the top.
Also, there is a rumor circulating right now that the CEO of Ledger has been kidnapped. So we'll keep you
look into that.
Look into that
while we move forward. That is an insane story if that's true there.
Yeah, I'm going to pull it up.
I imagine the CEO doesn't have any way of draining every ledger. That would be pretty wild.
No. But I'm sure he's got a lot of crypto.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, You guys shorting Jupe during the airdrop. I would be careful because the whales might try to trap you in a Jupe short there. So be careful doing something like that. All right. So what do you got there, Josh?
This is it says 16 minutes ago, Ledger founder of cryptocurrency hardware wallet may have been kidnapped. It just may.
Yeah, we don't know 100%
for sure. Confirmed here, but currently the French police and the National Intervention Group are investigating in a Vienna. That's
Vienna. Yeah.
Vienna. It is Vienna, region of France here. The kidnapping occurred in a small town of Marie or wherever that's from, and then that's where Eric owns a mansion. So apparently he was kidnapped out of his own mansion, and the rumor here is that the kidnappers are demanding a ransom in Bitcoin.
Of course they are.
That's nuts.
And that's why maybe that's why Tornado Cash is ripping today.
No, Tornado Cash ripping because Trump lifted the sanctions, which is pretty major.
That's bearish.
I think I've got it.
So
let's see.
All right, someone asking about Near. Near is looking pretty bullish in the charts right now, even though there's a little bit of a pump. If you look at the daily chart, we're seeing a little bit of some bullish divergence, and I'm pretty bullish when you see the bull divs. You know, I'm bullish when I see it on the 1 minute chart, but when you see it on the daily chart, that bodes pretty well. We do have a quick clip I wanted to show you folks there. Here's Brian Armstrong with the elite, literally the elite in Davos. I'm only going to play about 10 seconds.
It's been declared. He's not kidnapped.
He's not. Okay. So this, folks, is only about 10 seconds here. Talking about Bitcoin going to millions.
Well, we have seen just incredible growth, and I think it hit an all-time high yesterday. So we feel very good about that. But I think over time we'll see Bitcoin get into the millions, multiple millions price range. I mean,
all right, let's talk about what year. I want chat to get involved too. Josh, TJ, I want you to get involved. I'll throw out a year. What year does Bitcoin hit $2 million? Saying it's going to hit multiple millions. I think it's going to do it in the 2030s. If I had to throw out a year, 29, 33, 37, 2037. $2 million Bitcoin in about 12 years.
It's somewhere in the 30s, man. 35, 36.
Yeah, 2 million's tough. I think we're over 1 million in 2029.
I think by 2030, Eric Trump said it.
38, 33,
said it.
2040. Most people are thinking the 30s. In the year 69, 42. That's good. All right, 2034. Yeah, most of the people are thinking the 30s.
How about 2033? That's
How about in the year 2000? The year 2000. Sorry. Trump effect, everybody. Crypto apps dominating finance category on Apple's U.S. App Store. We put out a short on this, but in case you didn't miss the short there, crypto apps like Moonshot and Coinbase top in the U.S. App Store finance rankings as Donald Trump's meme coin frenzy boosts interest in digital trading platforms. I want to go straight to a graphic in a second here, but other apps, Coinbase Wallet, Robinhood, Binance, Kraken, also ranking within the top 30 free apps. And that's what we really need to see for, something very bullish. But if you look at the top 10 finance apps, crypto, taxes, crypto budgeting, crypto, very, very bullish. Now, when I checked the free app, I think Moonshot's only number 5. Now, this was yesterday, the day before, so maybe things have changed here. When it's number 1, I looked. Last time, Coinbase was number 1. This happened October 28th, 2021. Bitcoin would then go on to top November 10th, 2021, so almost exactly 2 weeks later. So when you see a crypto app at the top of the free app store, history suggests that music's going to stop playing in a couple weeks, folks. So, maybe that's a little bit of a top signal. It's 100% a top signal.
Speaking of top signals, we missed this super chat here from Lucas Guffler. He says, as this is my first cycle, should I sell before summer if there's a run? Like he said, I think he's saying, assuming like if we run up February, March, April, should I sell, wait, buy the dip, and then sell again in Q4, or just hold and accumulate?
Don't do 100%. Sell 10% into a major pump. You know what we all should have done? We should have sold a lot of alts in March of 2024. Raise your hand if you sold a lot of alts. I didn't. I sold a little bit. In fact, I kept buying because I'm a maniac and I'm bullish and I knew the 4-year cycle. And Bitcoin's, considerably up from them. Most alts haven't even reached that March area. And so if we have some sort of March-like event where everything starts going giga bullish, take 10% off, take 20% off. If we have a mega pump in March, April, I don't plan on selling 100% of my crypto, but I do plan on taking some profits. And then I do expect a summer lull, which we typically see the post-halving years. This year, probably, maybe it won't be any different. And then I'll have some cash on the sidelines to rebuy some of these cheap altcoins. That's my strategy.
Great advice. Great advice. I would say similar, especially if it's your first cycle. I see this a lot. People overtrade it, right? And if this is your first cycle, you're lucky. You're getting into a really good time. This is the best year for crypto if you're new to it. So we're going to go up. We're going to go up a lot. And I don't think you have to overcomplicate it. So if you're not too active, like I think what DZ said is perfect. Take some profits and have a bag that you maybe want to swing trade. But what I'm going to be doing is holding the majority of my bag. This is not the time to be getting too sophisticated with it. You just accumulate and sit back and enjoy the ride. To your point, you can accumulate more in the summer if you've got a good job with new capital coming in. That's the easiest way to do it.
You're mining that dirty fiat.
Yeah, exactly. You take your fiat and you buy more in the summer, and then you just ride it out. But I've seen a lot of people trade themselves out of more gains. Specifically, like a perfect example, Trump token. So I saw somebody else ask earlier, is it going to keep going? Should we keep, should I hold it? Is it over? Was that pump it? I bought it early. You could have sold when it pumped up to 7. Some people are like, oh, sell it at 70, 75 or whatever it got to. Bought it back at 38. Now it's back up at 40 again. Sure, you can play those games, but most people get wrecked doing that. You just buy it, you sit on it, you hold it, sell it at the end of this year or Q4 or whatever, and you'll probably do pretty well.
Let me clarify for Crypto King. 2 weeks after Coinbase was number one, so it hit number one. I don't know how long it was there. I want to say it was weeks or days probably. It fell out of the top spot. Bitcoin's top happened after that 2 weeks later. So if you see it hit number one, it might be number one for a month or two. When it falls out of that top spot, that's when the music's about to stop playing there. Will Nervos, CKB, will hit March high again? No one knows those answers for sure, but most tokens, I think, are going to hit the March high as Bitcoin starts gaining ground as we enter alt season. We showed you that Bitcoin dominance chart earlier. I don't have it up anymore, but I do expect Bitcoin dominance to start falling like it typically does in a January of a post-halving year. But if you are a new investor, folks, do not lose your crypto. One of the easiest ways you can get wrecked, just losing your access. Don't be like some of these founders. I don't want to make jokes on that, but we do have a big shout out to Arculus, one of our channel sponsors here. So if you want to look into cold storage, check out Arculus.
We just wanted to take a quick second to shout out our sponsor, Arculus. They are a cold storage hardware wallet, helps you secure all of your digital assets for the future. Just tap this thing to the back of your phone and boom, you're in. We wouldn't be able to do this without them, but also wouldn't be able to do this without you guys, the Disco fam. You've supported us a lot over the years. If you want to support the channel now, just use the code DC20. It gets you 20% off this card. It's the #1 way you can support this channel going forward. Thank you for your support. We'll see you at the top.
All right, there we go. A little fade to black there.
I
I think
forgetting.
Josh...
I thought we trimmed that. But
Josh
Yeah,
might
I
share
did
an
see
Elon
that
response.
Elon Musk responded. This is just interesting to me because this is going to be an interesting story just be seeing unfold here. OpenAI posted about the Stargate project, and Elon Musk just straight up responded and said they don't actually have the money to invest $100 billion immediately. So, some shots fired here with, of course, Donald Trump's best friend. So we'll see what happens.
Wait, scroll down a little bit. Wait, go back. He says a little bit more.
He says SoftBank has well under $10 billion secured. I have that on good authority. So
Gotcha.
he's pretty much saying that they don't have the money to do this.
Which would make a lot of sense because what are these companies doing as we speak? Spending a lot of money and giving their money over to NVIDIA. So I could see them being running out of cash.
He's saying SoftBank has $10 billion to invest, not $500 billion, and so they're going to have to go do a major fundraising round to even get the $500 billion to invest for WorldCoin.
Well, there's some details there. It's $100 billion combined the first year, so it's not every company putting up $100 billion, and then the $500 billion is going to be over 5 years. So it's maybe each company only needs $10, $20 billion.
And it might be Oracle. It might, who knows where it comes from. But Sam Altman did respond 10 minutes ago. I genuinely respect your accomplishment. I think you're one of the most inspiring entrepreneurs of our time here. So, little kiss up action here after, of course, doing everything he's done over the last 4 years.
We're still waiting for it to be changed to closed AI.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's talk about Bitcoin ETFs. Major ETF news here. Bitcoin ETFs, 4 successive days of inflows. Obviously, probably related to the Trump effect here. $3.26 billion. In fact, the highest inflow came on the 17th when $1 billion flowed into various Bitcoin funds. Well, who do you know? Number one, BlackRock. BlackRock pulled in $800 million on that day. So huge inflows. The market value of the ETFs now almost 6% of Bitcoin's market value. It was 5% not that long ago. Now we're at 6%, folks. Ether ETFs also had an inflow streak. They only pulled in 70 million, though. BlackRock, well, what do you know? BlackRock led the way with Ethereum with 56 million out of that 70s. BlackRock was kind of crushing it. But then we have this, and we're going to talk about this. Trump ETF could front run Solana and XRP.
This is crazy.
33, but before we get into that, 33 ETFs have now currently filed with the SEC. This list has doubled since Gensler left the building on Friday. It's not even Friday the next week yet. Wouldn't be surprised if it hits 50 ETF applications within a week or two. But Eric pointed something out pretty interesting here. It's talking about the Trump ETFs. I might have to scroll down a little bit here. SEC, he talks about the task force. Tweets so much. All right, good point. So this is, he's quote tweeting James Seifert, the other Bloomberg bro, the other ETF bro here. Talking about the Trump ETFs that we covered yesterday. People are like, yo, you're clickbaiting. Like, no, people are actually trying to file a Trump meme coin ETF. There is a world this meme coin ETF could beat Solana out the races.
Yeah,
here.
wait, I don't think Andy got it. He says Sol and XRP are next in line. No, the way this just got filed, the timelines, because it's different, Sol and XRP have to file on 19B4, which makes the timeline longer. That's exactly what DZ was just saying. This ETF, if it's approved under its current framework, would be on the market before Sol and XRP.
Yeah, the way they checked a box, it said 240-day review.
Right.
This Trump ETF guy checked a different box that says 90-day review.
Exactly.
So he might be able to beat him there. So good point on the Doge Trump ETF. It's also Doge. It's not just the Trump coin. These
And Bonk, right?
And Bonk.
Yeah, and Bonk. This 1940 Act filings could hit the market by as early as early April here, and beat XRP, Solana, Litecoin ETFs because they have to file something different with a 240-day clock. SEC's reaction to these is a huge unknown, though. If I had to throw cold water on everything, we're still waiting on BlackRock's ETF applications for some of these tokens. Have not seen it. They typically wait till, it's a green light is actually officially there. They have a record of 577 to 1 when it comes to ETF applications being approved.
But
So we haven't seen it yet.
I don't see BlackRock going as far down the list. I think BlackRock is the 800-pound
They got to
gorilla.
do Solana.
Yeah, I think they'll do Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, but I don't see them messing with meme coins. This is going to be some of these other
Probably
projects.
not. Yeah, I don't see that one.
I'll see.
BlackRock, Trump ETF. Although, what if it made Trump kind of happy?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. A lot of people have been trying to make Trump happy, so it could be very possible. I think Ethereum would be next, but Ethereum's got some crazy things happen on with our leadership as well. So, I don't know if you saw what was happening with Vitalik on Twitter.
Yeah, let's roll into that.
But,
Vitalik
big things
dismissing
happening.
calls for a leadership shakeup in the ETH Foundation, reaffirming his authority, and he beat his limp wrist against his bony bird chest. He's like, I control this. I'm King Kong of Ethereum here. Suck it, Charles. And he condemned harassment against the current president of the ETH Foundation. Comments followed a strong wave of community pressure to promote Danny Ryan, a guy with 2 first names, a researcher and developer within
wrong
the
with
ETH. Well, you have plural, Josh Jacobs. So there's 2 Jacobs.
No, there's
so
no
that
S.
counts as a last name.
Just Jake, right?
Just Jake.
It's Joshua Jake.
No, my real middle name is Jacob, but
Oh,
not
okay.
with an S. Yeah, my last name is
No,
Billings. Everybody knows my last name. It's
Oh,
fine.
yeah.
CNBC outed that years ago. So,
Oh, there we go. Are you still in Arkham, by the way? Someone's wondering.
yep, still in Arkham, still in Ando, guys. It's about patience. It's about patience. That's all this is, guys. It's been
That's a age-old adage in investing. It's the money isn't making in the buying and the selling. It's made in the holding.
It's made in the holding. And yes, I bought that. That was like I bought it the day before everything decided to tank. But, it's still it's a 250 million market cap project. It can go back to $2 overnight, snap of the finger. It was actually performing kind of decent this morning until Bitcoin started tanking a little bit. But still holding Arkham, still holding on them, guys. I have my Trump portfolio. I am sitting on this. I am holding this. Nothing has changed. Nothing has altered. Nothing has shifted. So there's nothing, I'm not going to come back tomorrow and be like, oh, I'm out of this. I'm gone. I'm just sticking it out and holding through
The
this
only
market.
thing that shifts is when he eats white bread dipped in water, and then his whole intestine shift.
Yes,
My
he
stomach
got me.
shifted.
He got me.
It's hurting.
Yes.
Did
Speaking
someone
of-
sprinkle 2 things of salt on it?
Speaking of Trump's portfolio, DZ did a great video last
Jesus.
night on how
Thanks.
you can follow along and copy pasta everything that Trump is doing with World Liberty Fi and his investments. So if you guys haven't checked that video out, make sure to go do that.
Folks, if you're not watching the uploads as well as the lives, you are missing out. You got to be watching both. The easiest way, turn on those notifications. If you hit the like button, we help get back into your algo. Where are we on likes, TJ?
Likes 440 today. It's an easy 1,000 like day. We got 2,500 people in here. Also, the chat says there's no way Josh's last name isn't Ando.
It is. Yeah, I'm gonna legally look. If Ando hits $30, I'll legally change.
You're making the wife do it too?
Say.
The wife got to do it?
Yeah, you're gonna.
She'll be like, what? She'll probably like that name better, to be honest. My last name's kind of whack, but no, it's dude. Yeah, Ando boy, Ando man, whatever you guys want to call it. Let's see it, man. Let's see it. That would be absolutely insane.
Thoughts on bonk? I think you need to bonk that like button, and I do have a bonk thesis. I just thought of bonk is going to have his time in the sun again. You know what that's going to coincide with?
Cell phones.
Saga 2.
Yeah.
Saga 2, yeah. I think Saga 2, as long as like when you hold it up to your ear doesn't feel like warm and raw. I think that phone's going to do fine.
Okay.
Someone typed it. I had it. All right, so here's Vitalik's tweet that the article is referencing. Let's just go straight to the source material. No, this is not how this game works. The person deciding the new leadership team is me. One of the goals is to give the EF a proper board, but until that happens, it's me. If you keep the pressure on me. I know, I'm just adding them in now. Then you're creating an environment that is actively toxic to top talent. Some of ETH's best devs have been messaging me recently, expressing their disgust within the social media environment that people like you are creating. You are making my job harder. You're decreasing the chance I have of any interest whatsoever doing what you want. That's a child's reaction. Oh, if you want me to do it, I'm not going to do it. No, just do the best thing. Don't worry about if a guy you don't like wants you to do the best thing. Be like, well, he's mean, so I'm not going to do it. That's not strong leadership. But you know who is saying, I got the strong leadership ETH needs? Justin, son of Tron. If ETH Foundation and ETH were under my leadership, ETH would be $10,000. I kind of believe him. Do you believe him, TJ?
Well, he's saying ETH to 10K. It'd be a narrative that he's pushing. Yeah.
Yeah, but I believe he would actually get it there. Do you think he'd pump it? Who do you think would pump ETH more in 365 days? Vitalik or Justin Sun?
I don't know. That's an interesting question. That's a very nuanced question.
I think it'd be the guy that's giving Donald Trump millions.
Well, I mean, but if you consider this, he has been leading a project, right? Which pumped more, ETH or Tron? ETH did.
ETH did, but he also, created a better car. So I'm saying, who's the better driver of the car? I think Vitalik can build a better car. I think Justin Sun can drive the car better.
I will say this: Justin Sun is a far better marketer. Absolutely, he's very good at marketing, and they could definitely use some help. I think he's gonna be in the middle of this conversation either way with World Liberty Fi because of his close association with the Trump team. But I think the Ethereum, not the Ethereum Foundation, but I think Ethereum will get this figured out. There's also, I'm hearing that one of the founders of Lido, which is one of the biggest Ethereum staking protocols out there, is raising funds to start another foundation, another nonprofit that would be kind of like similar to the Ethereum Foundation, probably have similar interests in helping the Ethereum ecosystem. So I think they'll get this straightened out. I think it's good that Vitalik is engaged in this sort of stuff right now. And I think this just needs to play its way through, and it's over the head of most people on crypto Twitter. I agree. It was kind of like, you're never going to make all the degens on Twitter happy. So just do what you got to do and be a good leader and quit whining about it. I do agree with that statement, but I do think he will. And I actually want him pissed off and irritated. I want him in this
wolf mode. That's the only way he can hit wolf mode.
Exactly.
Like the wolf on his t-shirt.
He's getting
the only people mad at this is the same people that were mad that Trump didn't talk about Bitcoin in his acceptance speech for the inauguration. It's like, just chill. Okay?
You're expecting too much, maybe.
They're expecting too much. They bought Bitcoin maybe a month ago, and they're expecting it to change their life and do a 10x from here, in the time span of a week. Like, you're not that guy. You don't deserve it to be that guy.
Trust me, you're not that guy. Yeah. We got Riggs Mining, think he is that guy, asking a rigged question. How's your $4 ApeCoin doing? ApeCoin did not hit $4. It has been beaten down. But I also expected their video game and their Activision CEO to actually have some more demos or something, be at like a game conference by now. They haven't done any of those things. Maybe they're going to take a long time to build, like a Grand Theft Auto 6 versus, rushing something out but I'm still, long-term
Has there
bullish.
even been
Actually,
announcements
I
on
actually
that?
have some alpha on Ape Chain. I had a call with somebody yesterday doing something pretty interesting with NFT royalties. I know that was one of the biggest issues with NFTs is I think 75% of them don't actually get any royalties collected. And so it's an interesting concept. I think I sent it to you, Deez. We'll have to talk about it a little bit later. So stay tuned. It's a couple months out, but there could be some interesting things coming back to Ape Chain and bringing NFT projects back over there. Pretty interesting.
All right. Well, let's get back to Justin Sun. He's saying, who should be the leader? It's me. Here's his couple just little plans that he would do. My first week plan, halt all ETH sales. Love it. Optimize revenue. 2, heavily tax L2s immediately. Streamline the operations, aka drastic downsizing, only keeping capable team members. Oh, this sounds crazy. Have it a merit-based employment system. Number 4, adjust rewards and increase the fee burns, and then focus exclusively on L1. And then boom, we got a $10,000 ETH. So pretty cool little action plan there. We'll see what ends up maybe getting picked up there. ETH Foundation, one of the founding members. I'm not even going to get into this. This is an opinion piece, but according to him, ETH Foundation has lost its way. You might recognize this guy as I Am Texture on X there. He's got a whole article about it. So if you want to learn more about, some of the infighting and the ins and outs of it, you can go check that out. He is I Am Texture. Kind of follow that. But let's talk a little DeSci. We got Josh here. DeSci ecosystems looking fresh, but VitaDAO not looking fresh. I want to talk about that for a second. I rode that token all the way down. We pumped up to $7. I had no idea we had fallen down to 2 on VitaDAO. Did you know that? Insane.
No, I didn't. I actually just saw that today. Yeah. I mean, there's DeSci for you. It probably pumped with the bio announcement until the next big DeSci. Again, you got to realize, guys, bio took the DeSci sector from like 500 million to 1.5 billion overnight. And so a lot of that, what's actually bio at then? That means
we need RFK to do some push-ups shirtless in jeans.
Bio's at 27 cents. 27.
Is that good or bad?
Well, good in the sense that, I've been waiting for an entry point on this. I didn't get into bio protocol yet. Told people not to touch it at all until it found support. And that was January 4th. So again, they're prime for the DeSci run here. I think if you have a DeSci portfolio, it's great. They move the quickest, but you have to take profits. You have to secure your bags within these big price moves and fluctuations. If TZ comes out tomorrow and goes, biotech, every single project does a 2-3x. Like, it'll just rip.
Yeah.
And so it's because it's again, this is where people mess up in crypto, is they go all in on DeSci, and you're like, that is the stupidest move you could possibly ever make.
A single-digit percentage of a portfolio.
Yes.
Small.
It's considered moonbags. Now, you can argue Vita or Bio, they're larger market caps, or RSC Research Coin with Coinbase. You'd be like, okay, maybe they're not as high risk, but again, you're looking at a very subcategory niche again. So you want to make sure that you're allocating your portfolios properly. And this is where oftentimes people, I'll see them in the Telegram, like, Josh, like all these, $1 million market cap projects I'm in that you talked about are still at $1 million market cap projects. And it's like, dude, they're literally just moonbags. That's money you put in. If you have $10,000, maybe $300-$400 goes into that. It is money you can afford to lose, but it's also money that if CZ tweets out, like literally, that is what we're betting on. And that's a huge bet. Now, we do see the progression of DeSci. I love decentralized science. I think it's a massive category. But again, until that happens, not much is happening in that world. No retailer cares about DeSci right now. They don't understand DeSci. If you start talking about on-demand correlation matrix data sets and whatever they're building out through these AI large language models, like people just go, okay, I'm done. I want Trump coin big, Orange Man good. Mm-hmm. So it's one of those subcategories again. And it's same thing with Web3 gaming. It could be same thing with any of these other sectors. You might be in these micro cap plays. You're waiting on that Activision announcement. You're waiting on that Epic Games announcement. You're waiting on, this was Metaverses in 2021 when Facebook randomly changed their name to Meta. All the people in, these virtual reality type ecosystems saw 100Xs. Will they ever see 100Xs again? Depends on somebody else changing their number.
Lesson. Sometimes you got to sell into the hype. In fact, I was looking at Grand Theft Auto 6 yesterday. Watched a little video on that. They have financial reports that they have to do. In the parent company, you can't lie in your quarterly report. Technically, you can pull an Enron, but the accountant probably doesn't want to go to jail. And so when they're given these reports, they have to be pretty accurate. They're predicting GTA 6 is fall 2025. When we get an announcement, probably at a big summer gaming conference, boom, we know the date. Will metaverse tokens just pump even with zero crypto mentions?
Maybe because people start talking about gaming again, but I don't think it'll pump too much unless there's crypto interested in it.
Need
Now,
a crypto
what
mention.
might happen, what would be very strategic from their marketing team, is to not announce anything, but show something within the world that looks like virtual currency. That will speculate hype.
Well, there is a little bit. They do have that currency in there. Yeah, a lot of people like Rockstar here. But you know what a lot of people like? Cardano. Dang it. People like me. Well, let me give you a little Ada Hopium here. Because we need to breathe it in. Cardano network activity continues to show strength. Daily active addresses hitting higher highs and reaching 50,000. I know. Oh, I have a low transaction fee blockchain that does 50,000 in a minute. Those are bots. Those are bots. We're talking about people here. Also, pretty fun technical pattern here. So Cardano will hit $1.50 once the 110 resistance breaks. What you do is when you're in a channel like this, you can measure from the peak to the bottom peak. Looks like it's going to be from this point to this point, gives us a line this length. If we measure that, I think there's a way you do it from there to there. Measures here. Let's zoom in. Let's look ourselves here. On the daily, we are still fighting this goddamn bull flag pennant pattern. What we want is for us to have a decisive breakout, and then the pump will be equal to this flagpole. That would be epic. When we start zooming in here, holy geez, it is really fighting. Let's go down to the 30-minute. So right now, Cardano, the Bulls and the Bears are trying to decide who's going to win. TJ, which way is it going in this symmetrical triangle?
Like you're saying, does it fall into
up?
it or stay above it? Is that the question?
Yeah, we going up?
Yeah,
we
we're
going
up.
down.
We're going up. I mean, I think, look, Cardano has a pretty easy path, I think, back above $3 again. What's most interesting to me about Cardano is their potential to, which I talked about yesterday, integrate with Bitcoin when it comes to DeFi. If they can really get that Bitcoin DeFi ecosystem going, that to me is interesting on Cardano. When it comes to other things, though, Charles is doing a really good job navigating. It really is. We're moving into the part of this industry where it becomes a lot more about politics than it does about technology. It's like it's the marketing and it's the money. Like there's a lot of projects with good tech now. Tech used to drive this place, and it still matters. You have to have technical innovation. You have to keep iterating and growing, but it's all about the politics now. And this is what's getting me really excited is we're starting to see, like Davos right now. All the richest, biggest shot callers in the world are at Davos. They're talking about how they're going to rule the world, basically.
Breaking news from Davos,
and
by the
we've
way.
got BlackRock CEO pumping Bitcoin like crazy. He thinks it could go to $700,000 if there's more fear of currency debasement and economic stability, which there absolutely is. Brian Armstrong out there pumping it like crazy, giving it a ringing endorsement. So that to me is what's the most exciting. We're going to move from a time, like I said earlier in the show, where it was small companies, it was Bitcoiners, it was, libertarians and technologists that were pumping these prices up, early adopters. We're moving into the part of the cycle now where it is all the richest, most powerful people in the world. Nations are pouring their money in. And I've seen a lot of things coming out of Davos that are very, very bullish. And I think Brian Armstrong is going to be on the news a lot this year, singing the praises of Bitcoin. So, I just think every time I get on the news these days, I'm like, wow, couldn't be more bullish than I am right now. So,
all right. Hey, looks like Crypto Vet is there. We see him in the chat every now and then. He's an actual veterinarian. He's came to the office years
he's in
ago.
Davos?
He's at Davos right now. It's his second year there.
All right.
So if you're there and you got your very expensive, high pedigree canine and it's, maybe got the sniffles, go seek out Crypto Vet. He'll go help you out there. Josh, you got any news for the people? What are you going to be working on?
I'm going to be working on some RWA videos as well because Plume Network launched over the weekend. And I don't know if Ando holders qualified for the airdrop. I would double check with that because they did have a magnificent, this is a crazy launch, dude. Huge launch here. But Plume Network, massive RWA play. I actually had the opportunity to do a Twitter space with them last weekend to talk about, they're partnered with Pinlink. So they are doing some fractionalized AI marketplaces with them. But I honestly didn't, guys, I was literally disconnected all weekend. So I'm catching up all today. A lot happened over the weekend in about 72 hours. The entire crypto market shifted. But again, the RWA scene, the tokenization play scene, I do believe is going to be the biggest part of this cycle here because it takes one or two major announcements. And we're like at the end of we're getting edged right now by all these institutions. whether it's BNY Mellon, which is a $50 trillion asset management company, I believe, in terms of like their ecosystem, not actually
America's
under AUM.
oldest bank, by the way.
America's oldest bank. They're all speaking in less than 2 weeks at a massive summit. And you guys know I keep shilling the Ando summit, but the reality is, again, which I actually think I'm going to try to get tickets to, so we might try to shoot over there on the
let's do it.
weekend.
Ando Summit wasn't announced till after Trump won, too.
Wasn't announced. And again, it's not a coincidence that it's called Wall Street 2.0. And this isn't like a crypto conference where everybody's going to get there and stroke all each other's crypto egos. There's Ando, there's Chainlink, there might be one or two other plays, and it's all these TradFi giants coming together to speak about what they're doing with their
I was hoping it was like a crypto conference. I want to see a bunch of shitty Bitcoin paintings in a corner.
True.
You know, you just always see those.
Real
We do
quick,
have a real quick question. Rondo, how do I transfer out of the wallet in Blowfin app to USDT? You can't transfer. This probably goes for every, trading site like that. You can't transfer out of trading account. You can't transfer out of spot account. You can't trade out of futures account. You got to go to main account. It might have different names.
Sometimes they call them funding account.
Funding account, funding or main, and then that's how you'll be able to transfer funds out of the account. But I've never seen an exchange that lets you transfer out of the trading because they know they want you in there. They're like, put a little friction in there. He'll go back to the casino. That's what they're all wondering.
Real quick, did we cover this story about the
Tornado Cash?
Yeah,
skip it.
Pretty major move. News. That was one of the major things Trump did is he removed the crimes for the Texas court acts as the Tornado Cash sanctions. That's a pretty big deal. Brings privacy back. Really major when it comes to crypto.
Let's check Zcash right now.
Oh, here was
privacy coins like Monero. Zcash freaking flat, of course.
Privacy coins are never really a good investment. That's for you
Monero flat. What the?
That's for you to do whatever you need to do. That's more about.
But it signals a shift.
It does.
So I was expecting 10-20% pump for Monero, but there's Monero people. They don't really care about
this.
Stuff.
Is another big thing that's happening. This is also coming out. Jeremy Allaire, the CEO of Circle or founder, expect a repeal of SAB 121. We've been talking about this a while. Executive orders on crypto, says Circle. Jeremy Allaire. So that's major. That's going to allow banks to do what they need to do.
Shield my eyes there. I thought my head was shiny.
Yeah. He's definitely. Yeah, he's got a lot.
Oh yeah, if you're in the U.S., guys, you can't access
the
the
New York
Polaric
Stock Exchange head of listings, right? So this is the guy that lists things on the New York Stock Exchange, is predicting more cryptocurrency companies are going to go public and increase in upcoming IPOs. So he's seeing, and I'm sure he would know because he's probably talking to a lot of these people. Exodus, I think, is one of the more recent crypto companies that my memory that went live on the stock exchange. So yeah.
All right, and a quick question here: Ando or Arrow? And we'll end the show with this. Whew.
Oh wait, I forgot about this too.
Right.
Rumor: Trump to announce Bitcoin reserve today. If that happens, it's going to be a big.
Oh my God, yeah, it is gonna. I'm in a long right now. Lower leverage just in case if it does happen. I am prepared for the upside there. So I'm going Ando over Arrow. Josh, they're both great.
Ando, man, people look. It takes patience here, guys. It doesn't happen overnight. I'm in a 2x long in it. I'm holding here. I also hold like 6 figures worth of it, not in that 2x long. But this is one of those plays that we've called at 36 cents. We went in heavy at 70 cents. Unfortunately, a lot of people came into the top of these markets. We're gonna get the next leg up. I do not believe the market is over. When you see them lifting sanctions on fucking Tornado Cash and you're bearish. Dude, you have no idea what's happening in crypto. Go play your ETF markets. You shouldn't even be in here, actually. Give your little $1,000 to your financial advisor and stay away because it's about patience in crypto. It's always about the hodlers. The only time traders look like significant, like you can make a lot of money trading, guys. Don't get me wrong. But when they're like, no, you need to trade and not hodl, the majority of those people are just telling you that because they're trying to sell you a $100 course and they don't actually make money off holding in this crypto market. They were never early in on a project. They always, sell the bottom, I've seen some of the top traders in the space literally buy the top and sell the bottom. And these are some of the biggest channels. So it's about patience. It's about hodling. CZ from Binance already says it almost every single day. And if you're not going to hold, you're going to miss on alt season. Alt season will come. I do not believe I like the FUD right now. The fact that we're at $104,000 Bitcoin and people are like, Josh, what about my bags? I'm supposed to retire tomorrow. What about the flip of the switch? $10,000 XRP. That's not happening. Okay. But an alt season will come. It will prevail. And it's going to be at the time. It's going to happen like this. Mm-hmm. It's going to you're snapping your fingers and you're going to miss out on the entire pump. So it's about hodling through and being patient.
Absolutely. I'll take Arrow. You guys can take Ando. I'll take Arrow.
I like
think
Arrow too. Well,
they're
I
both
don't like
good.
the questions of like, what should
This
I
or
do?
that.
Because
No, I
it's,
know.
you know,
It's
have
just-
the portfolio.
Yeah, but it's good for the chat because they probably are trying to decide. They've got $5,000. They're going to put it in one or the
Why
other.
not 50-50, you know?
You could. I'm putting like I
Arrow's
have
a good play, dude.
Yeah, I've got
Great
some
play.
of both, but I've got a lot more in Arrow than I have in Ando. And to me, futures on chain, as far as I'm concerned, Arrow one of the best dexes out there. 100% of the fee.
I would
earned.
buy it on the DEX, by the way, because if base does a drop, I would imagine Arrow will be one of the first airdrop providers of that token, just like Jupiter
where do you
did.
think if they tokenize coin, where do you think the volume is going to be? Where was all the volume for the Trump token? Like, it's just there's a lot on Aerodrome. I like it a lot. It's really cool dex. The way that they do the fee burns, the way that they give that back to the V Arrow holders. It's one of my favorite picks for the cycle. I've been bullish on Arrow since like the day it launched back in or like a year ago, but. That's just my pick. It's also much lower market
All right,
cap.
folks, make sure you go get that free Jupiter airdrop. Make sure you're not clicking a malicious link. Do not get your wallet drained there. In fact, if you want to empty it before you go do that, you can go ahead and do that. Shout out back to you to the UK. Just don't share our page on your Facebook. And then I want to end with a little bullishness. Folks, seeing bull divs on the 10 and potentially into the 20. Next stop is going to be the hour. Then things might start taking off, folks. So we're seeing the small timeline start to get a little bullish. People are saying, is there going to be a bear trap today? That might have been the sweep low this morning. The markets want to pump. You want to pump that like button. Thank you for joining the Disco fam. Make everything possible.
Love you guys.